It is May 14th of 2026, and this is the Court Gallery. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. On today's show, one defendant follows his brother's legal advice instead of the judge's, and Judge Oakley is less than impressed. Then, we hear the unbelievable tale of a man who got into a fight with an automatic sliding door, a battle that cost him a weekend of freedom. And later, after a man is charged with assaulting his own mother, he makes a heartfelt plea to the court involving a SpongeBob play. From bad advice to even worse alibis, ladies and gentlemen, these cases require facepalm protection. Grab a drink and some refreshments. It all starts right now.
I'll let him give you the last statement after. What is it, sir?
Sir, what's your name?
Ethan, go on.
Radio.
Yeah, go ahead while I look for the file.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeff Pilot appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Gallara. Your Honor, today is the date time set for sentencing. In this matter, there is no movement.
Why did I schedule sentencing today? I didn't say. I know, and I didn't sentence him the day of a plea for a reason. What did I tell you? I probably told you to get something done.
You said get a job, get my license, have my dogs under control.
Did you get your dogs under control?
Yeah.
What did you do?
We put a gate up on our court so they can't get down.
Good. So they can't escape, right? Cannot escape, right?
No,
You got them licensed?
I don't have my license. No.
Why?
My brother told me it would be better to wait until after I turn 21 so that I don't have to immediately renew my license as soon as I get it.
Okay. So you're going to take your legal advice from your brother instead of the judge that was going to sentence you when next time I saw you. Is that what I just heard?
No.
Is that what I just heard?
License. Brother said it would make more sense to do it after I turn 21.
So you took your advice from your brother. So you took your advice from your brother.
Yes.
Yeah. So how about a job? Did you get a job?
Yes. Didn't get a job, but I have not started at that job yet.
Okay. So since March, you haven't been able to find a job to start.
No, but I got one recently. I just have not started at it.
Okay. Where are you going to start and when?
I have not figured that out. I'm waiting on a call from the manager right
Manager of what?
now. The Dollar General down in Carl.
Okay. How long have you been waiting for the call from Dollar General?
About 2 days.
Okay. What makes you think they're going to call you?
Well, whenever I got done with the interview, he said he'll call me and tell me when I start. And he said he'd let me give it a try for about a week to see how things go.
Okay. Where did you go to high school?
Community high school.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
When?
2024.
Okay. So have you worked since high school? Have you worked anywhere? Okay. Who's paying your bills?
My mom and dad.
Okay. What was your GPA?
I had no idea.
Usually in my experience, that means it was lower than it could have been. Okay.
I think it was like 3.3.
Okay. All right. So my notes said that what I told you back in March was to provide proof of dog training. Did you do any dog training or did you just put up the gate?
We just put up a gate and
You say, these your parents?
What kind of dog you got?
I have Australian Shepherd.
More than one?
3.
And they're your dogs?
One of mine, the other 2 are mine.
Okay, all right. So like you pay for the food and the vet bills and all that kind of stuff?
When I had money from helping my brother, yeah.
Okay. What's your brother do?
He works for FedEx, but whenever I go with him, we do DoorDash and.
Okay, okay. Anything else?
Shut that phone.
You got a driver's license? Are you getting one of those? When?
Like I said, after I turn 21, I'm going to go for it.
Oh, all right. I was talking about your dog license. Yeah, didn't I tell you to get a dog license? Is your dog licensed?
Oh my.
Then your dog's not licensed. Huron Township gives licenses to the dogs that are in their community so they can keep track of the dogs that are in their community. You understand that concept? Okay. If you don't know what it is, I'm assuming that means your dog is not licensed.
I don't know if she gets there for me.
Okay. So by your memory, what last time you and I spoke, I told you to get a job before I saw you again, right? And I told you to get a license before I saw you again. You thought driver's license, I thought dog license. What else did I tell you?
Have a job, have a license, control the dog.
Control the dog. So you did one of 3. Would you agree with me? You put a gate up. And it sounds like mom and dad put the gate up.
Well, yeah,
Okay. Oh, boy. All right. I'm going to put a delayed sentence for 12 months. That means stay out of trouble, no new criminal offenses. Instead of court costs, because you don't have a job and I don't want your mom's money, I'm going to order 3 days on the court work program. Can you get a ride here 3 days if you schedule the 3 days, if you pick the days? All right. I would suggest you get those days banged out pretty quick. So if Dollar General calls you, you can go to work there. Any questions?
No.
All right. Stay out of trouble, get your 3 days done, and then we'll dismiss this at the end of 12 months. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Counsel, who do you got?
Last name, sir? Shamari. Shamari.
Yes. Oh, later.
Yeah.
Later.
Your Honor, she is scheduled for sentencing and violation.
And violation. Yep. I got both files. All right, counsel on Shimmery. Your appearance.
John Graziani, appearing on behalf of Ms. Shimmery for this sentencing and the violation of probation.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Judge, I'd like to talk about the sentencing. The reason being is I think all this could be tied in at this time. We have no problems with the from Your Honor and staff. She's in a position to be doing that, although it will take a good deal of time on the court work program because she does have, she's helping to raise
Okay.
an daughter, and she's also trying to get back into the workforce because of what's happened, Chuck.
Okay. How old's your son?
My
Doc-
Daughter. How old's your daughter? Okay. Where at?
For a logistics company.
Where?
For a logistics company.
Okay, where they at?
They're in Dearborn. They're
Okay.
See where it is near, so then it would just analyze the copies.
Okay. Good luck. All right, go ahead, counsel.
Bit of background.
Mhm.
She did have some exceptions to with what was stated. She felt, I don't know if there was a mix up within the system, but she felt she was in a position to go back to her mother's residence in Van Buren Township. And it was an
All right, hold on. Now we're on the violation part. Let's do one file at a time.
with regard to the
Let's do one at a time.
sentencing,
Yep.
that you got this recommendation.
Okay,
And allow her to move on with.
Okay. all right. So how come you haven't worked for a year? How come you haven't worked for a year?
No, I worked last in November and I wanted to go to rehab because I've been asking my family for help because I didn't go postpartum and I was doing everything on my own and I was just wore out and I was finding that my drinking was becoming a problem
Mhm.
before my wife and they thought, they thought that I could get through it and it got to a point when they eventually realized, so I testified to go to rehab and watch my daughter. And so when I would, I think I watched my daughter and moved back home with them just to
Yeah.
get a break. And when I came back, it was just she's I don't want to put blame on anybody. It's just been a difficult relationship with my mother. I love her dearly. But
It's a very toxic relationship, Judge.
So did you go to rehab?
so
Where? Good, good.
reinstated to transitional being their 8 days and working with the chairman and everything.
Do they do transitional housing?
Do transitional housing, but I am in housing right now. I'm living with my boyfriend.
Okay, all right. So you're out of mom's house.
No, but when they arrested me, they didn't.
All right, so
When they arrested me,
hold on just a minute. Hold on. I got Cross Street and Woodbury. Which one's a good address?
where I moved out, my parents moved my stuff out. Of the
Right.
house. So when she saw the. cop-
Okay, I just asked you which one's a good address, Cross or Woodbury or neither? Okay. All right. So we'll fix the computer on that. All right, so you did rehab. How long have you been clean?
Talents and that's something very new. I saw somebody do it one time. I tried it stupidly, I was embarrassed, didn't say no. Then I stopped drinking. I've been clean since January 1st, but I'm not a daily drinker. It was when I was alone, apart from my daughter, and this I was having a difficult time getting my daughter back from my mom.
Okay,
So
Judge, the record should also reflect that Ms. Shimmery did spend, I believe, 55 to 58 days in the Wayne County Jail. And explain that to the judge.
yeah, they.
for one of these files or something else?
So.
That's not what I asked you. One of these files or something else?
Yes.
Okay, was it which one? The domestic violence file?
Violation for the.
Okay.
So the case was the police station didn't have record of the note of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
it said there was no context related.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't know, I'm a little confused what I.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just want
Right,
to be on this, so now that no contact has been put on.
okay.
Re-put on for.
So once again, we're getting into the other file. Let's get back to the drinking and driving file. So anything else you want to tell me before I sentence you on that file?
Which
The drinking and driving file?
I was being pressured, to go to work and I was turning around and I did it. Not even, 0.2 miles away from my house and I turned around and, to go back home because I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't gonna risk it. And when I was at the gas station pulling back to go back home,
Mhm.
I was full.
Good.
It was literally, I could walk in distance.
All right. Anything else before I sentence?
Judge has shown mercy. She does have a tremendous work ethic. She's worked for 20 years. And Ms. Shimmery is asked regarding licensing sanctions. I've indicated to her since October of 1999. It's, the purview of the Secretary of State, so Judge Oakley is not in a position.
Yeah.
Recommendations as to.
And the state is telling me that it's up to you.
It doesn't make any sense.
And so I.
They might have told you only a court can give you some privileges, but that doesn't mean this court. So I have no authority over your license unless you were if you were in our sobriety court program, then I've got some leeway, but outside of sobriety court, I've got nothing to do with licensing.
Judge, based upon,
A circuit court judge, if you file the petitions, a circuit court judge can order the Secretary of State to give you driving privileges. I'm not a circuit court judge. It doesn't matter what your concern is. It doesn't change the reality. I can't give you a license.
what's happened is I don't believe there's gonna be any significant issue because of the fact that she received her first operating while impaired in 2007 and then recently, in
19,
unfortunately in 19.
right. Right.
She's got work ahead of her, Judge, and again, we're just asking for mercy.
Yeah. So as to your license, I'll tell you this, when you are eligible to get your to ask for driving privileges to be restored, hire an attorney. Because I've seen too many people, they try to do it on their own and they waste time. If you hire an attorney that does a lot of license restorations, they get all your ducks in a row so that when you go in for the hearing, you walk out with something. All right, so just put that in the back of your head. So when it's time for you, when you're eligible to ask, you ask with the help of an attorney. All right? I don't know when that is. I don't pay any attention to that because it's completely out of my ball. It's not in my ballywick at all.
Judge, to cover my stuff
Yeah.
and Ms. Shimmery, I would ask if in fact she is eligible. To me, it appears that she is eligible based upon the time frame in which these unfortunate incidents took place, but she's, if in the event she does need some help, if she could participate in the sobriety court because of the fact that it would enhance her opportunity to, go to and from work. And
Did you give that any thought when you did the assessment?
Yes, however, with the new domestic violence offense, I don't know that she would be able.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a pending case now?
No, pending cases.
Just the one I've got up today? Right, right. Okay, all right. Anything else before I sentence?
she did the anger management during the share house program, Judge. In fact, she participated. Although she would.
Okay, for the third time, now we're talking about the domestic violence file again. The drunk driving is what I'm trying to get done with. Is there anything else before I sentence on the drunk driving? Because there's no anger management component to that charge. Okay, all right. So let me tell you what I'm hearing from you. What I'm hearing from you is somebody that doesn't think they've got an alcohol issue.
No, that's, I know,
Okay. Okay, okay, all right.
and that's why I'm so the church.
No, that's all right. I want to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
The outpatient substance abuse counselor.
You're doing that now?
I'm sorry, it with Hagera, which is Canada. And I also working with the chairman, and it was I met up with Share House, I went to Share House. So I'm doing their transition meetings with them as well.
What's that look like? How often?
I'm
With Share House? Okay. Live meetings?
fine.
Okay. 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 So you're doing Share House meetings every day?
Covering coach to Share House.
Okay.
So yes, it became a problem. It was later in life.
Mhm.
I believe it started from my postpartum. It's nothing that was, that yes, it.
Okay. You probably don't have documentation on all that stuff she just told us about. Okay. If you,
If I may,
hold on a minute. Just hold on a minute. If you have all that, would that change your recommendation about inpatient or outpatient? Intensive?
I mean, I have to review the paperwork.
Right.
To see what type of treatment she's in, but
Yeah. So here's where I'm going. Her recommendation, and I was completely ready to follow, was intensive outpatient or inpatient. Because as much as you will probably want to get back to work, my first concern is I want to make sure that the substance abuse has been dealt with effectively before you start trying to work. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that door open. Okay. After Ms. Trolley has a chance to review what you've got, probably reach out to the Share House and just confirm everything you're doing. Then we'll take a look at whether or not continuing those courses of treatment are enough for us or if we want more. Understood?
I have.
Okay. You're going to share those with her. I'm not but you're not going to get an answer today. I'm going to give her a chance to review everything, reach out, ask questions if she has to. So, I'm just gonna order today substance abuse treatment. Just leave it there. Okay? We'll let you know whether or not I'm thinking more is needed than what you're currently doing. And at that point, it'll be up to you if you want to have another hearing and Mr. Graziani can be here. That's up to you. I got no problem either way. Or I'm going to say, Ms. Trolley's checked it all out and we're okay with you just continuing the share house program. Okay? In a year. Okay? So it's either option A, option B. Understood? Okay. All right. So other than that, on the drinking and driving file, I'm adopting in full the recommendations that Mr. Graziati went over with you. That was items 1 through 11. That includes the work program days. I'm going to suggest that you schedule those work program days ASAP to try to bang them all out before they start impeding other things you need to do. Okay? On the money, fines and costs on that file are $1,300. I'm going to send you downstairs to talk about payment options downstairs. I don't think you were in here when I mentioned it earlier. When I put somebody on probation, it's not a punishment. It's because that's the best way I know to effectuate a change in behavior. So I'm not punishing you with what I'm trying to do. So for example, the 10 days on the work program, that's an alternative to jail, right? Jail, work program, money, those are all punishments. The other stuff we give you to do, like the substance abuse treatment and everything else, that's to effectuate a change in behavior. All right? Okay. So what that means is if you go into this whole process with the mindset, this is for me, what do I have to do to get something out of it? She becomes your new best friend. Because if you're having problems complying, you're going to reach out to her and you're going to say, this is what I'm trying. This is where I'm running into problems. How do we fix it together? Because her job is not to come to me and say, Judge, put her in jail. Her job is to come to me and say, Judge, she's doing great. Can we close her out early? That's what makes her tail wag. Okay? All right. So I think that takes care of everything on that file. Did I miss anything on that one, Mr. Rowley? Did I miss anything on that file? I think we're good on that one. Okay, so now let's move on to the other file. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, you also owe us money on a disorderly person ticket from Van Buren Township last year. So when you go downstairs to talk about options to pay on this one, just make sure you roll it into one, whatever you do, one plan or whatever. Okay? Don't forget that's out there. All right, so on the other file, which is the incident date March 4, 2026. Yeah. Domestic violence, that we're here today for violation. Also on that file, I gave her 30 days jail, 30 days credit on the first file. So on this file, yeah, so it was back to the house where Van Buren didn't think you were supposed to be back to the house, and then you were huffing there. Right? That's what that whole incident was all about. There are no new charges coming out of there that you know of. Correct? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And then the other violation, I put that in air quotes for the record, is no documentation of anger management or substance abuse evaluation. And that's what you're sitting on now that you're going to share with Ms. Trolley, correct? Yeah, but it covers the anger management. You did that at Share House, right? And obviously they did an evaluation because you're in treatment with them. So I think that's covered. All right. Okay. And this was, let me go back to the original sentencing date. All right, so this was originally a 12-month delayed sentence under 769.4A. I'm okay with just running that to completion, no new charges. All right, I understand the confusion. The huffing blows me away, but you're dealing with that with your substance abuse treatment now. So the fact that you were there when you weren't supposed to be there, I'm willing to write that one off. That was a confusion between the police department and you. So that one, that's a mulligan. You know what a mulligan is? Golf term? It's a do-over. I'm giving you grace on that one. So until next March, just no more problems. Okay? Clear?
Yes, Judge.
You look confused.
Are you talking to me, Judge?
Yeah.
No, I'm.
All right. Okay. Okay.
My relationship with them, if I'm allowed to speak,
Yeah.
I have a relationship with their interest, you know, it is happened, it's an abusive relationship.
Right.
I love my daughter with her, so I don't, you know, I don't wanna keep my daughter away from her, I just don't want her to see the real abuse.
Yeah. So here, you want some advice? If you are fully engaged in the Higuera and Share House programs, then you are literally reinventing yourself. Would you agree with me? Okay. As part of that reinvention, make sure you spend a fair amount of time with your therapist discussing the toxic relationship you have with your mother.
You know,
No. Here's what. There are ways, I mean, is she physically abusive to your daughter? Okay. Yeah, but you're old enough to stand up for yourself, right?
She's bipolar, schizophrenic.
No, my point is, if you think there's value to your daughter to have a relationship with her grandmother, then you have to set the boundaries for that.
Judge,
Right?
Tremendous respect for, you know, the adults, particularly in the hierarchy, the major.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. You're the mama bear now. Where is your first allegiance? To your 5-year-old daughter or to the respect you think you owe your mother? Absolutely. So what I'm telling you is you're in a perfect situation with all this reinvention that's going on, with all these professionals that are helping you become you 2.0. You're in a perfect environment to get the assistance you need so that you can set healthy boundaries so that your daughter can still have a relationship with her mother within the boundaries you set. And that's why I'm saying these people will help you build that confidence, right? Because number one is your daughter's safety, bar none. That's number 1, 2, 3, and through 10, right? Yeah. Which your daughter's seeing, which causes trauma on your daughter. So then when your daughter's your age, she's standing in front of somebody wearing a dress like me, right? Because your childhood trauma is a big part of what leads you to make the bad decisions you've been making. Would you agree? So to keep your daughter safe doesn't just mean from physical abuse, right? So you're learning how to do that. And you know what? Say a prayer. Maybe by doing that, you can actually change your mother's behaviors, right? Maybe she wants to have a relationship with your daughter to the point where she'll change the way she does things. We can hope. And if not, then maybe it's just, Mom, what's your daughter's name? London. Mom, London misses you. Can we meet at McDonald's? We're going to get her some fries and spend a little time, just the three of us. Okay? Safe environment. She still gets to see her grandmother, right? But you set the boundaries, not Mom. Because you're the one that's working on reinventing yourself. Unfortunately, your mother hasn't done the work. Right? Okay. Good luck. You're welcome. Good luck. Come on up, Counsel. I'm ready. Hey,
Judge, is that all ours?
what is I don't understand. No. One file.
Yeah, this is his file.
I was like, look, we're really need to talk about your boat.
All right. So Mr. Smith is here on a February 4, 2026, failed to display valid license that started out as a drove while license suspended. On April 16th, he was sentenced to $500 fines and costs and 4 days on the work program. And you're on a payment plan now, sir? All right. All right. Looks like, did you make your May payment? Okay. Can you do that today? All right. Go ahead, Mr. Graziani.
For continuance, Mr. Smith said, particularly for one of the courtroom programs, that there was a mix up. I was not aware of the mix up. In fact, he was not even on my list, but again, then one was gentlemen falling through their cracks, but there's a number of people who haven't even shown up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, explain what happened.
Originally when I was scheduled with April 16th, come over here. When I was originally scheduled with April 16th for my previous court date, I showed up and you guys told me to go to probation. Cashier, went to cashier, made a payment plan. I got that squared away. This is my first payment. No, my apologies. I'm able to make payment today. So I went to probation. They said 4 work days. I said I can do Saturdays. So my first Saturday was, I believe, April 26th or 25th or something like that. So I showed up on time, and regarding the paperwork that was given to me that did not show any phone numbers, any personally contact. But I did go to the front door, try to make sure it was locked where I'm going, but it's Saturday, so it was closed, it was locked. I'm not, like, I've never been to the back and forth. But
Okay, you pull on the front door? Do you know our doors don't have handles? I'm curious what you pulled on. They're sliding doors, they don't pull. There's no handle to even grab. You stand there and the door slides and you walk in. There's nothing to grab if you want to.
It was the front door.
What time?
It's 8 o'clock.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, another guy. That was waiting. I guess it was his first time as well. Nothing to mind. 15 minutes go by, a landscaping company, they showed up or whatever, and the other guy, got out of his car, asked for more information to those guys. They said, go to the back of the court. So he went to the back court, just sitting there like, so I went to the back court as well. And there's another lady, she there as well. She done it before and stuff like that, but she was late. She was telling us how it goes, and they already left already.
Mhm.
So I didn't know if we like were in the meetup location with that besides going to the court, but where at the court, I didn't know. It wasn't told to me. It's my first time.
And you didn't see the sign on the front door that said, go to the back of the building? Okay.
They picked up the massage.
Okay.
I don't know on a piece of paper it said court to probation, counter and check in. And I know that's inside the court, so I can't get inside the court if the doors are locked.
Okay. Okay. But you didn't see the sign on the door that said, go to the back of the building? Okay. All right. Where do you work?
I work 2 jobs. One of the job is steel blind.
Target steel, right?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Steel blind.
What's the name of it?
Target middle.
Where are they at? Where?
Software.
Huh. Never heard of them.
It's a pretty big operation.
It's like right off of 275.
Yeah. I know where South Huron is. Yeah. Are they east of the expressway?
Like if you come off the exit of South Huron, Burger King is number where.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's by Bros, the big lighting place. Okay. All right. What's your second job? Okay. All right. All right. So I'm not going to give you any penalty days, but I'm not going to give you any Saturday schedule. So you can schedule 4 days on the work program, pick whatever days you want, but you're not getting any more Saturdays because those are pretty. All right.
A couple months out.
I can give you till the end of June. Yeah, to schedule 4 days.
Can you do it?
It's an alternative to jail. So, I mean, that's the other option.
Saturdays.
No. Everybody wants Saturdays, and everybody that gets Saturdays is told if you miss a Saturday, you don't get Saturdays. You did miss a Saturday. If you would have read the sign on the door that you supposedly pulled on the handle that doesn't exist, you would have seen it said, go to the back of the court and report there.
Well, for someone's first time.
Life's a bitch and then you die. It's 4 days work program as an alternative to jail. Your 4 days are now Monday through Friday.
Only thing with that.
I don't care what the thing is. It's work. You can pick jail. B, you can pick work program. That's the options.
So what about payment plan?
Different issue. You set that up downstairs. It's time and money, two different issues. So what do you want to do for the time? You want to do the jail or the work program? All right, go on, pick 4 days. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Court does call the case People versus Javante Pryor.
Apparently sent on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Oh. No, take your time, Cannon.
Your Honor, I came as quickly as I could. Stephanie Cannon on behalf of Mr. Pryor. I'm old. On behalf of Mr. Pryor.
Whatever. Mr. Pryor, can you state your name, please?
Javante Lee Pryor.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, this case, you should have a green sheet. We're asking for a brief adjournment for investigation and mitigation purposes. I've actually prepared an order for treatment.
For release to treatment, you mean?
Yes, for on GPS tether. If I present that to the court in just a bit, I can't print right now with the court being inclined to allow him out for treatment.
Any objection from the people?
I feel like I would be objecting to this, but I feel like I would want more information on where he would be given the facts of this case. This is a strangulation, a serious strangulation involving a victim being strangled to the point of unconsciousness. And I would have.
I understand that, but if there's a belief that treatment would be necessary, I'll sign the release. They're not going to release him unless they make the assessment first, and then, so I'd sign that order, present it to the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And I'll adjourn this matter out to the 28th. 2020, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you. Court calls case People versus Daniel Heelan.
Judge Torshoff, both defender of Mr. Heelan, who's appearing by Zoom. Heelan, would you?
Mr.
And state your name for the record once you're unmuted, please.
Why is during via Zoom?
Looks like he has permission to the dots on the docket, Judge.
Where it was revoked
Okay. Well,
because he had a violation.
okay, I apologize. I was unaware of the revocation.
Local.
I believe so, Judge. I think I can explain the violation also if the court would allow.
Well, I want him here. Then maybe I'll listen to it.
Okay, Judge.
Here this afternoon.
He's indigent, Your Honor. I don't know if he
Pardon?
indigent. I don't know if he has resources to be able to get here this afternoon. I'd have to ask if he could appear. My understanding is he was just released about a month ago from Bear River for a 90-day program. And now he's doing out.
I'm gonna adjourn the probable cause conference to next week. To the 21st.
Who needs you here in person then, Mr. Heelan?
Yes, sir.
To May 21st, 2026, 9 a.m. in person.
Thank you, Judge.
Bond at this time will continue. Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Don Mitchell.
Ms. Mitchell, state your name for the record.
Dawn Marie Mitchell.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
I apologize.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Here.
All right, record should reflect you had a bench conference in this case. What were we trying to do on this case?
Well, Your Honor, obviously I haven't heard the jail calls, but Ms. Mitchell did want to set this matter for preliminary examination. But we can wait.
She wants it set for prelim?
Yeah, but we can wait until we receive the jail calls if that's easier, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Mitchell, I've got to try to make a decision here. Either I'm going to revoke the contact between you and the alleged victim in this case or not. And I'll explain why.
Okay.
Because at least the first taste of the phone conversations that are there can be read to be an attempt by you and the victim to manipulate this process.
It wasn't even about that.
Well,
Listen,
I'm gonna suggest that you don't say anything. Because that's the way it certainly could appear based upon that,
Thank you.
which you should have realized could lead to additional charges for you. So I'm going to suggest that you and the alleged victim in this case, I'm not going to remove the no contact. I should, but I'm not going to because it was given by the magistrate. But I'm going to suggest to you that you don't talk about it anymore because you're going to end up in greater trouble than what you got now.
so don't talk about
Okay.
the case. You understand that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got my word. Got my word. Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll adjourn it out to the June 4th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Bond at this time will continue with that admonition to
All right.
Thank you,
God
sir.
bless. Have a good day.
you.
Waiting in the hallway out.
And I'll talk to somebody about that. Court calls case People versus Timothy Cottenham.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff. May it please the court, Lieutenant Verpen, P-86437 on behalf of Mr. Cottingham. Just approaching my right, sir. Could you state your name for the record?
Timothy Cottingham.
Thank you.
Date and time set for PCC, Your Honor. We are
No, go ahead.
requesting that that preliminary exam be set for the 4th. I do understand generally this court states. We have an issue.
Hey, don't give out the dates.
I mean to say the party doesn't request the dates, the court generally advises it, but we do have an issue from last week. The people turned over 200 pages of medical records with some redactions. The issue is there isn't a privilege log attached to those redactions. Really, I have 3 parts that are problematic. One is a redaction of an MRN, so I can't tell the complaining witness's medical records or if there's additional medical records available with regard to that one specific medical provider. The other 2 parts I do take issue with are the people essentially pick and choose what diagnoses are irrelevant and redacted certain diagnoses from different timelines. The last portion is certain medications that were redacted.
The what?
Certain medications were redacted in those 200 pages. The issue is I can't tell right now. Based on that, I'm moving that this court strike those redactions and give defense the.
How am I going to strike redactions on medical records that I haven't seen them? I mean, how would I even begin doing that?
Your Honor, we could file a motion and subsequent brief in support as it relates to those records if the court wants to review all 200 records.
Well, I don't know how I would grant, you explain to me how I would grant your relief without seeing the medical records or without specifics as to what you're saying should not be redacted.
It's a confrontation clause issue, and I think there's a progeny of case law both in Michigan, no fault, and I understand this is a criminal case, but the standard comes from United States v. Ray, as well as there's another.
Counsel, I understand the standard. How am I going to do it?
The court could issue an order striking the redactions from the people's discovery that was produced last week.
Wouldn't that be reckless on my part? Because there may be things that are properly redacted. And if I just give a blanket striking of it, that'd be reckless on my part, wouldn't it?
I don't believe it would. The people have turned over the address, the date of birth, specific medication information, but now we're at a point where they're picking and choosing both medications.
I don't know that. That's what you represented to me. And then you represented it to me, and now you want me just to strike all of the redactions where some of the redactions may be proper, but I still get to the bottom line. I don't know. How would I know without seeing?
Your Honor, we'll file a motion, attach those records as an exhibit, and leave it for discretion beyond that.
Response.
I did redact out the victim's MRN number. I think the court's familiar with how MRN numbers function in medical records. And that number, along with all of the other information they have about the victim, including his address, his date of birth, other information, combined with the MRN number, could be used to get even more access to his private medical records. I did redact out a diagnosis, a prior medical condition, because I did not think it was relevant to these proceedings. And the victim does not give up all of his rights to medical privacy just because he's been the victim of a crime. And I did redact out a medication, Your Honor. I'm happy to provide the unredacted records to only the court for in-camera review, so we can sort of see if the court agrees that these redactions were appropriate. But I do believe that the victim, he did not choose to become a victim in this crime. And as the court is aware, when you receive medical treatment at a hospital or at a doctor's office, oftentimes your prior medical history, your prior diagnoses, and other information about you, including medications you are prescribed, can become a part of that medical record that is generated as the result of an assault. And the items that I redacted out, I do not believe are relevant. I frankly don't think they're anyone's business except for the victims. But I'm happy to provide the 200 pages of unredacted medical record to the court for the court's opinion on that matter. And if I am wrong, I'm happy to provide unredacted copies. But I believe the people have made those redactions in good faith and with the basis in the privacy of the victim.
Anything else?
Very briefly, Your Honor, I don't believe it would be within the government's discretion to determine relevance. I believe that's a matter for the court.
How long will it take you to file your motion? I mean, I think you're wrong, but how long will it take you to file your motion?
Your Honor, I'd ask for a week, and I'd ask if we could set the exam for the 4th.
I'm not gonna set an exam until discovery's complete. I'm not doing, I mean, why would I? I don't know where this is all gonna lead. I have no idea. So if you're gonna file your motion, you can file your motion by when?
I'd ask at least until the 21st, Your Honor.
And the people will file their response. Can you file that within a week with a copy of the medical records by the 28th? Or how do you want to do this?
I can file a response to the motion by the 29th, if the court would allow, that following Friday.
That's fine.
Thursdays tend to be a little bit of a busy day for me, Your Honor.
You think?
They do, yeah. And I can file it by the.
I don't know. Thursdays are rather relaxing.
I know.
All right.
Question, Your Honor, I don't want to file unredacted medical records in the court file, but I can make arrangements to physically bring them.
Yes, correct.
And have them sealed and presented to the court in such a way that they will not become a part of the court's file.
So yes, so your answer will be due by May 29th. And then, the records, the unredacted copies should be sealed and should be delivered directly to my staff in person, either myself directly or to Ms. Weidling.
I'm sure I can make that happen, Your Honor, by the 29th.
By the 29th. Then set a hearing on this. Medical records trying to get through by the 29th. Set a hearing on this for June 11th, 2026 at 3 p.m. on the motion, the discovery motion. I'll adjourn the probable cause then also to that same time of June 11th. Once we get this issue resolved, then I'll be more than happy to set the exam.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bond will continue. Yes, exactly. Court calls the case People versus Taiwan Griggs.
People. As we can on behalf of Mr. Griggs. Thank you, Your Honor. His sister showed up. She wanted me to make sure he knew. So, Your Honor.
Sir.
Please state your name, Mr. Griggs.
Taiwan Griggs. All right, thank you. All right.
Your Honor, I believe a green sheet has been presented to the court for or for a negotiation. In this case, I am in communication with the prosecutor's office regarding him. There will be a potential sobriety court screening as well in his case. So we are asking for an adjournment. My client did want to talk to you about potentially hiring different counsel. If you still want to have that conversation with the court, you can, Mr. Griggs.
Yes, I was just going. He hasn't been screened as of yet.
For a sobriety court, not yet, no. We talked about this Tuesday.
I'll adjourn it out to June 4th. See if we can get a screening 2026, 9 a.m. Yes, sir.
Well, I also was wondering if I would be able to PR and get, proper counsel so I could be able to handle.
Get proper counsel?
Yeah, I've been in.
What does that mean?
I just been in the wind, past the last 7 months about.
What's that mean, proper counsel?
Well, I feel comfortable.
You don't have proper counsel now?
I mean, I didn't talk to anybody before I came in, so I don't
really.
I'm not trying to go back. I want to be disrespectful, sir. I'm just.
Well, I don't. You can be disrespectful to me, but that woman standing next to you.
I'm not trying to be.
Because we're gonna have a real problem.
It's just I want to be able to get a civil case as well, just counsel go along my cases. It's like I'm not trying to be a flight risk or anything like that. I'm just trying to do the best that I can. And I want to do apology, for previously coming in here, I caused a lot of chaos out there.
So what are you asking me to do?
If I could possibly just get a, PR so I could take care of other things.
My client has a warrant.
Oh, he wants you to speak for him now? No, I mean, I don't know. He said he was gonna get a real attorney.
Your Honor, so to help Mr. Griggs out here.
Oh.
At the beginning, he is under the impression that our office is the one that deemed him incompetent. So his issue was more with the public defender's office than with me, at least the last time we spoke. That's when we spoke on that day. I tried to explain that situation and circumstance to him and how it works. And I let him know that if he did want to seek outside counsel, that is, of course, his right to do so. He wants to be released because he has a hold in another county, and I did present an order to the court, which the court did graciously sign to allow him to be released to treatment. But until the hold is cleared up, he can't. A paralegal request has been done, and our office is attempting to help clear that hold for him. And I do believe we've been in contact with the jail regarding it to see if we can work both in.
Work around that.
Yes, Your Honor. So we are working on the hold on our end as well. I do believe, did I articulate everything you discussed with me, Mr. Griggs?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yes, and so that is his reason for asking.
For the most part, what's the other part?
Oh, it's just my issue that I had with the prosecutor's office. That's the main thing, because I had other cases and he said something that was not on the police report that deemed me to portray an image that was not true. And since the 7 months that I've been in here, some issues happened.
And we're also getting the prosecutor's office is looking for the additional discovery that I requested in case number 2. You responded saying, let me get that to you. Yes, and so they're working on getting that as well.
Okay. Any response from the people? I'm sure you do.
Your Honor, I would object to any change in bond. These are both R&O cases, one in 2024, one in 2025. The incident in 2024, one of the officers' shoulder was dislocated.
My client just outran the officers and the officer tripped. So he didn't attack. He wants to be clear that he didn't attack the officer. That's the thing for him, Your Honor. He wants the court to actually physically attack.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a violent person. I'm a pacifist at heart. It's like I do diligently try to be the best person I can be. But like I said, there was other things that happened before me coming into court where I was poked out as well for the second cases of R&Os.
So let me get this right. You outran the officer fell.
And I stopped because he fell, and and it's like, dude, it's like
Stopped and went to help him.
I stopped, then the other officers tackled him. And then I ended up going to the hospital because
More than one.
huh?
There were a whole bunch of officers following you?
It was three
Mr.
officers.
Mr.
Three?
I really, you
Okay.
gotta,
All right.
when you make,
Anything else?
if this on the record, it's recorded. So
I'll wait for
talk
the
about the cases. I'm
officers to
sorry.
testify about.
Yeah, yeah.
I have concerns about flight risk and ability to remain law abiding while out.
Two. Motion for bond reduction is denied. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Talk to your daughter, okay? Yep.
No problem. All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus City of Michigan versus Benjamin Mexicott, 26614.
Can you hear us, Judge?
Yes, thank you.
There you go. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, I will be 30758 on behalf of Mr. Mexicott. Mr. Mexicott, please put your name on the record.
Benjamin Mexicott.
Okay, and
Today was the day. And it was the time step for we're here for bring Mr. Mexicott an opportunity to discuss that matter with him. He is charged with operating while intoxicated. A review of the paperwork indicates that there was a blood draw, but the results are not back in the file. With that said, Your Honor, you would stand due to the charges, waiver forming of those charges, ask the plea of not guilty be entered.
all right, sir, do you have a family member whose name is? Oh, okay, I don't know. Oh,
no, I'm sorry, his mother is here. Gordon has been waiting.
no, that's fine. Okay, then it's not who I thought it was. I just wanted to make sure in case there was any concern with that. All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment, schedule this matter for pretrial on May 28th. At 9:15 a.m. And as to bond.
Your Honor, Mr. Mexicott is 43 years old. He does not have any kind of prior drinking driving offenses. He's not on parole. He's not on probation. He has never failed to appear. And to my knowledge, as I've indicated, there was no, we have not received the blood results at this point in time. He is divorced. He's gainfully employed at Homestead Improvement. As I've indicated, he's not on probation or parole on this matter. We're asking for a bond commensurate with the charges. Of course, no drinking, no prescription drugs, and we ask for personal bond as that matter impossible.
Okay, sir, who do you reside with?
I reside at my brother's house here in Wyandotte. It's
You gotta say the address.
354.
No, sir, who do you? Okay, you reside with your brother. I got it. How long have you resided with your brother?
It's been a couple of years now, maybe 2 years
Okay.
now, possibly 3.
All right, and have you ever failed to appear in court for any reason?
Okay. No, Your Honor.
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
What's the status of your driving record, sir?
It's valid. It was valid. I mean, it's until now. It's valid. I have my CDL all the way through.
All right, well, taking a look at your client's previous criminal history and taking a look at the allegation in this case, the court has some concerns for the safety of the public. Some significant concerns. The court's going to order a $750 cash bond with the following bond conditions. You are not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. You are not to have any contact with any prosecution witnesses. That's anybody at the My Place bar or anybody else that was involved in this. You are not to return to My Place bar or any bars. And you also, sir, are not to be released without an alcohol tether from the Lincoln County Jail. We'll see you back on May 28th.
Very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Is that only in custody?
Yes, the other two, I believe, just bonded him.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Let's go off the record.
we don't, yes.
All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the city of Therese Frazier, 25943.
John Bull, P 30758 on behalf of Mr. Brigg. Your Honor, today's date and time set for a probation violation hearing. Please put your name on the record.
Charles Lamont Fraser the second, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And so, sir, I do apologize for your delay and appreciate your patience. The just kind of the way things worked out with Mr. Goldpaul's other matters as well. It just, he wasn't able to handle, we weren't able to call your case before we started the exam, and then that took a lot longer than we expected.
So it's not anything, they just make sure someone could get the kids.
Okay, somebody able to get the kids?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So Mr. Frazier is here because it's alleged he violated probation. He's on probation for disorderly conduct. And it's alleged that on January 12th, he failed to appear for drug testing, and then he tested positive for alcohol April 30th. And so, counsel?
That is correct, Your Honor. We have reviewed this. I've explained to Mr. Frazier that he has a right to a hearing in this particular matter. I will go over with him the violations. At this time, he will waive that hearing and plead guilty to the violations.
All right. And so, sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And so you heard the plea that was placed on the record, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And as to, I'm sorry, not the plea, well, the allegation. But as to the allegation, sir, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
And you've gone over your advice of rights regarding probation violation purposes with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand all of those rights.
Sure.
And you understand that by entering into a plea, you'll be waiving some of those rights.
Sure.
And you also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea. And that the recommendation is for you to continue and complete all terms of probation, pay a $50 probation violation fee, 30 days on the alcohol tether. Do you understand that's the recommendation? All right. And knowing all of that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No, Your Honor.
And counsel, if you can please ready your client.
Thank you. Mr. Frazier, you were placed on probation to this court, correct?
Yes.
And one of the provisions was that you were to undergo testing, and when you're notified of your testing, to appear. Is that correct?
Yes.
And another of those terms were that you were not to consume alcohol or use unprescribed drugs. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you miss?
You speak up a little bit, please, sir, so we can get you on the record, okay?
Yes.
And did you miss a test on January 22nd of 26?
Yes.
And did you consume alcohol and test positive for alcohol on or about, April 30th or April 30th of 2026?
Yes.
And this was in violation of your terms and conditions of probation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Defense satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will accept your plea to the probation violation and indicate technical violations 1 and 2 will enter based upon your plea. And counsel?
Your Honor, I want to bring to the court's attention that he has now paid off his the rest of his probation That was $205.
Yeah, that's what was remaining.
And that was remaining, that's paid off, so that's the last
Okay.
thing that he had to do. It was just when he went out, he was out with his family. They were celebrating his birthday and he made the wrong choice. It had nothing to do with relating back. He just said, well, screw them. And he understands that and understands the ramifications of it. City recommendation, Your Honor. This is the first one he said he's continued to test and has not violated again. Thank goodness. We asked the recommendation to be adopted, and then upon the completion of that 30 days on the tether, that the court may consider terminating probation.
Okay, well, I would say that I think that you probably made more than one mistake because I think that you probably had more than one drink.
Oh, he had more than one drink.
Correct.
Right.
So he made continuous mistakes in the choices during that evening of your birthday.
It was only one drink, but it was a strong pour of the water next to.
Oh, well, that answers that question.
Okay, well, he
But either
continued
way,
to drink it, not just one sip, right?
Well, I wasn't intending to continually have one drink. Maybe.
Fine, I understand.
Your Honor, if I may, I do apologize for my mistake and messing up in that you only turned 30 months, so but I do apologize.
Well, you do, but you're going to be 30 for the other 364 days of the year, some of which are after you're off probation.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't people celebrate half birthdays now or something? I don't know.
I wish I had that luxury.
I have enough birthdays. I don't need to.
Okay, so, sir, then the court's going to adopt the recommendation, order 30 days on the alcohol tether. And then order you to continue to complete all terms of probation. Okay, so please stop back at probation and Michelle will be with you or get you some information regarding that, okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir. If you're a test right now, what's in your system? Sir, if you're a test right now, what's in your system? If you test right now, what's in your system? Okay.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, thank you. All right, have a good day. All right, we're going on the record in the matter of the date of the City of Wyandotte versus Justin Bond, 26571 and 6 to desist.
Morning.
Good morning.
Ryan John Bull, P 30758 on behalf of Mr. Bond on both matters.
Thank you. Mr. Bond, your name for the record, please.
Justin Bond.
All right. Well, we have a new matter for Mr. Bond to arraign him on. And that's now prompted a motion regarding bond violation.
That's right.
Because your client is currently on bond out of this court after being arraigned on April 15th. And he was ordered not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And now it's alleged on May 3rd that your client had drug paraphernalia in his possession. Specifically,
I understand. I read the bond, the motion to bond. I have also read the as far as the when I responded to Ms. Shaw regarding that, I asked whether or what the status was with the new case, which is the
26571.
Yes.
Yes. So as to the arraignment on that one, counsel.
On that one, Your Honor, he'd stand mute to the charges, waiver form, when you go. Or he has to go back in. Yeah.
All right, the court will read the formal reading and for a plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And we will schedule this matter for pretrial.
June 24th at 10:40.
June 24th at 10:45 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, I think the bond conditions, I reviewed that. I found it very interesting in reviewing the report. And there was the incident that led up to this new matter, that the officers were responding to a welfare check.
While your client was sitting in the parking lot of 7-Eleven.
That's what the response was. However, when they got to 7-Eleven, there was nobody in the parking lot. So they quote, and this is my quote, literally, unquote, tracked him down. And as you can see, they were aware of Mr. Bond's because they had previous dealings with him.
Correct.
Your Honor, that's a question that we'll address later. But he was not doing anything wrong. And somebody said, oh, come to 7-Eleven because we need a welfare check. By the time he got there, there was no need for the welfare check. So I just questioned it. But okay, we're just asking the bond be continued.
Well, okay, but in the meantime, so you may have, you may be filing a motion, I don't know, but it's showing that your client, who's talking? Mary, if you'd like to have a conversation, please step out in the lobby, okay? That your client had methamphetamine in his possession.
I'm sorry, what's that, John?
It's alleged that your client had methamphetamine in his.
I understand what the allegation is, John.
So as to the bond violation, counsel, are you wanting to set it for a hearing or?
You have the bond violation hearing at the same date if that be accepted.
We're not going that far out for a bond violation hearing.
I'm sorry, what?
We're not going out all the way to June 24th for bond violation hearing. Yes, no, that's okay. We'll set this for a hearing before that. Did you find a date yet, Haley? Okay.
Not going to count.
Okay. I heard the buttons pushing.
All right, I would note that while he's been out on bond, on that other matter waiting for sentencing, which is my understanding scheduled for next week, that he's never failed a drug test. All his drug screening has been right. And I'm just indicating that for the record.
When's the last time you tested?
Yesterday,
What's in your system if you test today?
just my prescription. It's valid, but I did injure my rotator, so I've now had to pay prescribed hydrocodone and a muscle relaxant. He also did 3 injections in my shoulder on Monday. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
That court's attention.
Okay. Thank you for dressing you appropriately for court as well. It's a nice jacket.
Thank you.
But Jim Chan, Steve, thank you.
Okay.
Bring the top pretty fast.
June 10th at 10:45.
I'm sorry, what time is it?
June 10th at 10:45.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, okay, that's on the bond violation, so now I still need to set bond on the new case. Where are you working, sir?
So actually, I am in between right now because
So you're not working anywhere.
not today.
What about yesterday
I'm
or
help-
tomorrow?
I'm helping take care of my mother, who just got out of the hospital. I have to move her into my house. She has stairs in her house. She is too hard to navigate. So I'm in the process of building an apartment basically in my house for her. I did complete my insurance license. So I've got an interview scheduled sorry, I'm really nervous. With Global Life, which is like the largest provider in the world. So kind of exciting news. And then I've also got a possum overstocked store that we're looking to open in the Save a Lot building on Fort Street. And I actually just spoke with a gentleman named Ferris. I just mean to go look at it.
All right, well, sir, you're gonna want to make sure that you are not using any drugs because I'm sure that Global will be testing you as well. All right. So the court's going to order a $10,000 personal bond. And you're likely going to be getting a new color, sir, for testing. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed. You're going to be subjected to random testing, which you're currently already being subjected to. All right, please stop at probation and get a copy of your bond conditions and your new color. All right,
Thank you.
have a good day. All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jesse Thompson, 26488.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
Your Honor, good afternoon, John Goldberg, P 30758. I'm the Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, please put your name on the record.
Jesse Thompson.
All right, thank you. And so today is the date scheduled in this matter for the arraignment only. And counsel?
Stand mute to the charges, wait before we know those charges, ask for a plea not guilty.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading. And sir, you do have the right to have an attorney. If you're unable to afford an attorney, you may have one appointed to represent you. And you in fact have been able to speak to an attorney today, correct?
Briefly, we spoke for a quick second. He's been kind of very busy. I haven't really had a lot to talk.
Okay, so
We talked about the arraignment, and I told you to be getting another attorney.
Yes.
okay, so you did have an opportunity to speak to an attorney today.
Yes.
Okay, so I understand it may not have been for the length of time that you wanted to speak to the attorney, but you did have an opportunity to speak to the attorney, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Gopal is correct. You will be getting another attorney appointed to represent you that will represent you for the balance of the proceedings for felony matters. The court's also signing the petition order for appointing an attorney for felony matters, sir. Oh, I don't know if you were trying.
No.
Something, okay. And you also have the right, sir, to be presumed innocent. You have the right to be presumed innocent to proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You also have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury, and you also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes.
The court's entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf, scheduling this matter for probable cause conference on May 21st. Right?
Can I do the 28th?
Okay.
Okay, at 9:45.
All right, May 28th, 9:45 a.m. And counsel as to bond.
Esteban, Your Honor. Thompson is 27 years old. He's self-employed. He is a promoter. He's looking for work in the welding business. He can be a welder as well. He also is
So I
Doing other types of work.
I have a couple of festivals that I'm working for food vending and merchandise vending this upcoming season.
Your Honor, I want to point out that this incident allegedly occurred in July of 25. As the warrant was not issued until just recently. As soon as he was informed of the incident, he appeared today. We're asking for a personal bond in this particular matter with appropriate sessions.
All right.
He did have, he's not on probation, he's not on parole. He informed me that he did miss the traffic violation or missed the ticket on Zoom. As soon as he realized he did that, he took care of that matter. So he has not failed to appear, but knowingly.
That was my fault. I had gotten a parking ticket where I didn't believe I should have been parked. They set it for a Zoom meeting. I unfortunately was out of state at the time, just got done working at the festival, and I overslept during it. And I tried to call back and reschedule it, but they never called back.
So we did go take care of that, buddy.
Okay. And do you have any other pending matters, sir?
No,
Out of state or otherwise?
no,
And are you currently out on bond in any other jurisdiction?
no,
On probation or parole anywhere?
not at all.
If you're to test right now, sir, what is in your system?
Just marijuana from probably a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago was the last time.
Just marijuana. I'm always intrigued how people just minimize marijuana. It's always just marijuana.
It's legal now.
I understand that. So is alcohol, but it's still the same
I
thing.
did have my medical card for a while, and with it being legal, I ended up just not pursuing it again.
Okay. Well, for you right now, it's not legal because moving forward, you're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. The court's going to also order you not to, that you are to participate in random testing. The court's going to order a $20,000 personal bond. You're going to go over to probation. You'll get a copy of your bond conditions, sir, and set up for random testing.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you back in just a couple weeks. Okay, we'll go on the record in the matter of the City of Wyandotte versus Nathan Busby, 26135 A and B.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, John Goldblatt, P 30758 on behalf of Mr. Busby. Mr. Busby, please put your name on the record. Nathan Busby, BUSB1.
All right, thank you. All right, so today is the date scheduled for sentencing, and sir, I do appreciate your patience today. And for sentencing on your client's plea to possession of controlled substance. Counsel, you have an opportunity to review the report and recommendation with your client.
Yeah, Your Honor. There are additional directions to me. I do feel, and redoing this, as Mr. Busby's indicated quite honestly to me, and we've talked about this situation. This was an incident that clearly should never have occurred. It stopped by the police by a license or license plate, and he was cooperative with them. He cooperated, and then they found some drugs in his vehicle. As to the recommendation, Your Honor, I don't believe, I know he has a lengthy record. I know some of that is drug related. Mr. Busby has been employed for the last 10 years at the same location. He takes care of his elderly mother. He has 2 children. He's responsible for them. They are both adults, but he takes care of them. As he's told me, he's not a bad person. And his addiction not make him a bad person. He fights the addiction, and unfortunately, sometimes he I guess for lack of a better word, stunts. That's what's led to his, some of his past bonds. He's looking right now where he's just, purchasing a vehicle. He indicated he takes care of his own mother. He's been working 50 and 60 hours a week to maintain his employment, to help assist his adult children. And I don't believe in this offense that incarceration at this time would serve any type of purpose. And I say that because we'll punish him. He will, I don't know if he will lose his job, but he may lose a job because he will not be able to show up for work. Or if nothing else, if they still bring him back at the end of any incarceration, that he would not be able to take care of his mother and not be able to continue to work to assist his own children. What I'm asking the court would be to set incarceration if necessary, but with to suspend that for a period of time so he could come back to this court, get some counseling, and continue to show this court that this is something he's putting behind him, while still being able to contribute to society.
Okay, so let me just ask a couple questions. Mr. Busty, you test right now, what's in your system?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
No.
When's the last time you used methamphetamine?
While ago.
A while ago.
Yeah. Weeks ago.
Weeks ago. And how many weeks ago?
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay. So while you've been on bond. So while you've been on bond, you've still been struggling to maintain your recovery.
Yeah, yes.
Right. So where is it that you are attending treatment?
At this moment?
Yes. Right. So it tells me your client's only concerned with treatment so he doesn't have to go to jail. Sir, what is it you do for your mother? You said you take care of your elderly mother.
I do.
Okay. And what is it you do for your mom?
I support my mother, anything physical around the house. She just had hip surgery and other factors that go in favor.
Is that who's here with you today?
Huh?
Is that who's here with you today?
That's right.
Okay. She looks very young and spry.
Very young.
Right. Okay. But it isn't as though she's invalid and bedridden that you have to move her and things of that nature, correct? You help your mom at home because you all live together.
Me and my mother live together.
Right.
I do. She's not bedridden, but she is going through a lot of pain at the moment.
I understand. She just had hip surgery. When did she have hip surgery?
It's been a little bit. And other problems also.
Sir, when did she have hip surgery?
A couple months ago.
Okay.
She was a little
Okay. All right. So, so you have a criminal history that dates back to 1990. You have possession charges dating back to 2005. And you come here to court stating that you want treatment, but you're not in any sort of treatment. You haven't been in custody.
I believe he was.
Not on this case.
Not in this case. Other than
Right. When's the last time you were in custody, sir?
custody gained by the jail.
Yeah.
I went to jail one time.
Right.
It's 2 years ago.
Okay.
That's what.
So my point is that this offense was January 29th. We're May 14th. Your client has not participated in any treatment, nor is he currently enrolled for treatment.
Ma'am, I said,
Do you want treatment, sir, or do you not want treatment?
But taking treatment, the problem with that is my job's very dependent on me, and I work from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day, except for Sundays. And sometimes I even do evening for Toro for the rental company. So even my mother can vouch for that and witness that. And, I'm very busy with my job. And I don't always have extra time or to make other things happen.
But yet you're telling this court that you want treatment now. So now you have the time for treatment?
Do I have the time? No, sure. Can I make the time?
Well, if it was a priority for you, sir, you would make the time.
Yeah. No, you're right on that.
Well, I think so. I am. That's why I said that.
Man, may I say something real quick?
Okay.
Honestly, when I was like 12, 13 years old, schools wanted me to take Ritalin and all this other stuff, right? So that's okay because I'm a kid and I was getting that from adults. But my brain has had stimulants in it since I was a young boy. And throughout my whole life, I've always had an addiction problem. I'm not the one out there causing crimes for drugs. I don't sell drugs. I'm not a threat to society or myself. All the decisions I make may not be the best ones, but if there was a court for positive decisions I've made in my life, that file would be much bigger than it is for the negative choices that I made.
It's good.
I'm a good father. My child support's paid off. Like I said, I go to work every day. That's what I do. Sometimes I need,
Well, sir.
stimulant for my brain because sometimes it's overtaste.
Okay. Well, then you speak to a doctor. Speak to a doctor. That's what you do. You don't just go buy meth off the street, because one of the things I disagree with you, sir, is that you're not a harm to yourself or a danger to yourself, because you are. When you're going to purchase methamphetamine off the street, you have no idea what it's laced with. Zero. So you're putting your life at risk every day by purchasing meth off the street. And you're lining the pockets of some other drug dealer. That's what you're doing. So I disagree with your statements about not being a danger to the community or yourself in that regard. Here's what I'm going to do, sir. I'm going to order 90 days jail. I'm going to suspend that jail. You are to do the following. You are to participate in random testing. Just so you know, sir, if you miss a test, it's considered positive. If there's any positives, there's going to be mandatory jail. So. You are to enroll in substance use counseling. And submit proof. We will do a jail review in 45 days. So, sir, you better get on that substance abuse treatment right away. Let's do June 25th. Does that work, Alicia House?
It does.
And I believe I'm on.
That's why I picked it.
That's what I thought you said, brother.
We can do 12/15.
Sorry.
12/15
On
June 25th.
Bond conditions are continued. You're going to test today, sir, as well. So if there's anything in your system, well, the baseline. Is there anything in your system?
Should be.
If there is, what would be in there?
Right, methamphetamine.
And when's the last time you used it?
It's been a while, So I don't think it stays in the system. That's why it's hard for me to make.
Okay.
So you tested any and clean, then it's like. Right, and if there's something in it, then that's gonna be the baseline. So while you're testing, that should be going in, okay? Exactly, well,
Let's just say it takes 5 days, would it be out of your system?
yeah,
Okay.
okay, I'm just.
All right. $200 fine, $100 screening assessment fee, $300 supervision oversight fee, $75 justice system assessment fee, crime victim assessment fee, $50 justice system assessment fee, total of $725. And then, you can stop at, you can stop somewhere out there and it's where you have to pay. Sorry. I don't know where to tell you to go. I'm not sure. I don't think anyone's at probation. Well,
Yes.
you have to go to probation and then they'll tell you where you go next.
As far as the cost of fines,
You'll set up a payment plan over there.
that's what I was
Good
saying.
luck to you, sir. All right, we're on the record. The matter of the state of Michigan versus Brandon Solers, 26556.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Your Honor, John Gold, P. 358 on behalf of Mr. Solid.
Mr. Solers, please unmute and state your name for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Brian Solers.
All right, thank you. Today is the date scheduled for the pretrial in this matter. Counsel?
I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Solid. We have reviewed the police reports that were filed against him. At this time, it's my understanding that Mr. Solid would be guilty to the charge of domestic violence. He understood that this would be taken under what is commonly referred to as 769.4A. I've explained to him what 769.4A is. He understands that, further understands that should he successfully complete this probationary period, then the charges against him would be dismissed. I've explained to him his constitutional rights. He understands those constitutional rights, wishes to avail himself of this plea opportunity. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Or yes, sir.
All right, sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right,
Yes, Your
sir,
Honor.
you heard the plea that was placed on the record, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And as to the charge of domestic violence, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand all of those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand, sir, that by entering into a plea that you'll be waiving some of those rights.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand, sir. You also understand, sir, you may lower your hand.
Oh,
You also understand, sir, the possible penalty as a result of your plea, whether in this court, any other court, or administrative agency.
yes, Your Honor. I do.
All right. And you also understand what the 769.48 status is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you also understand, sir, that the recommendation is for 12 months probation, but that's only a recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. I do.
Knowing all of that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
Not at all.
And are there any immigration issues?
No, ma'am.
All right, counsel, if you can please vote to your client.
Thank you. Mr. Salas, on April 29th of 2026, were you in the city of Wyandotte? I'm sorry,
Yes.
Riverview.
Yes.
Wyandotte. And
Yes, sir.
did you have an argument with your mother
I did.
at her apartment or at her residence? And
Yes, sir.
during that argument, excuse me, did you shove her or push her or any way put your hands on her, which were not invited?
It all happened so quick that it all honestly happened so quick.
No, sir. Sir, this is not the time for excuses or otherwise. You're either acknowledging, admitting,
the guilt.
excuse me.
I am
Excuse
guilty.
me. Don't interrupt when I'm speaking, please,
I'm
sir.
sorry. I'm sorry.
You're either going to admit what you've done or you're not going to admit what you've done. One or the other. But we're not going into a long dissertation at this point. The question from your attorney was, did you put hands on your mother to move her out of the way, grab a phone, whatever it may be, right? that's alleged without her consent? It's either
Yes, Your
yes
Honor.
or no.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. And you were at her residence at the time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. And sir, let me just also clarify, I believe that you're still on probation with this court, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you do understand that this plea will violate your probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. I do.
All right. And you still want to continue with your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody, and the court will accept your plea as knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. And counsel, the court will order bond and conditions are continued.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Solis, we're asking that I think he's on a 10,000, 10% bond.
10,000, 10% bond with the following bond conditions. No contact with his mother, not to return to her home. He is allowed one visit there to obtain personal belongings accompanied by a police officer, not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed, no access or possession of firearms or weapons, and GPS tether through Lane County Jail.
Your Honor, he's been in jail now approximately 2 weeks. Your Honor, he has found or is scheduled to he's found a place where he can live out in Westland. He has not been able to contact anyone that to post the $1,000. We're asking for a personal bond with the same conditions. Of course, no contact. This way he can get back and he has a job lined up with a construction company as soon as he's available to appear there. We're asking he of course understands no contact, though I understand that is the victim in this matter has indicated she would not be objectionable to no contact as long as it wasn't assaultive, but she's not to return to the home regardless. So that contact wouldn't be there. We're just asking for a personal bond with the same conditions so we can get him before the first for sentencing in this manner.
Well, counsel, I have to tell you, your client is on probation with two cases with this court.
I understand, Your Honor. Just asking.
And Ellie, what's the one is for disorderly conduct out of Riverview, which was amended from a felony obstructing police. And then that was from June of 25. He was sentenced December 23rd of 25. And prior to his sentencing, while he was on bond, he picked up another obstructing police traffic offense in December of 25 from the city of Wyandotte.
No, I understand that, Your Honor.
So, no, your client has a hard time following court orders and following the law. So the court's going to deny the request to amend the bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I could say something, please.
What's that, sir?
I have, while I was here, I have found God. I've realized that I've done nothing but been ripping and running. And I've really, I have my daughter that I'm looking forward to seeing her play. She plays a part in SpongeBob play. I'm coming up on May 29th. And if I'm not there, then I might as well be written off the list of people that she thinks cares about her, honestly. The personal bond would only be to help me get back into a position to be able to help my daughter be a father of, and I know it would be hard to honestly, I know you probably don't think that I'm selling any kind of truth right now, but that is honestly the truth. I have found while I was here somebody that's offered me a place to live in Westland off Manoy and Palmer, and they own a construction company named B&B Construction where they install pools, and they would like to offer me a job. And a personal bond would only be to help put me in a position to, because I don't know anybody's number by heart. I don't know anybody's number by heart off the phone. Your Honor. Um, I know you honestly, I know I have done nothing but been a trouble to the court, honestly. But if you would be able to find it in your heart to give me a personal bond, it would only be to help put me in a position to help the community that my daughter, honestly.
Okay, well, a couple things. First, no trouble to the court. We're here no matter what. The trouble is to the people that you continue to engage with when you're violating the law. Sir, this is your third case in less than a year. Your third case. And in this matter, you assaulted your mother. You assaulted your mother. That is definitely not a role model or an example that your daughter needs to have a visual of her father. Now, I've heard your request, and again, I am denying your request. You are currently on probation out of this court for 2 matters. You have extreme difficulty in following court orders and the law. So, in order to protect the community, this court is continuing the bond and the conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Can I ask one question?
Sir, I've given you an opportunity. I have multiple other people that are waiting. What is your question?
Well, I really I don't know what that means, honestly, because
Sir,
I
it means that I'm not amending the bond. That's what that means.
And in the Lacey booth, your name?
Andrea Smith.
Hi, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Andrea Smith.
Andrea Smith. All right. So Ms. Smith, you're here, you're on probation for a simple assault. The hope was that in time we could get that dismissed with compliance, but I think I see Ms. Eddy, mental health treatment. I haven't seen proof of that. And I see that there's a new law violation pending. Is that where we are on the matter?
Yes, Your Honor, the city of Lacey had, I think back on February 12th, did an oral motion to revoke the SOC for failure to do the mental health treatment. I did speak with Miss Langley briefly this afternoon, and I don't know if she had a chance to talk to Miss Smith or not, or if Miss Alt has got a chance to talk to Miss Langley, but I thought Miss Langley was going to try to appear at some point this afternoon if her schedule allowed.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Miss Langley. I didn't see your face. So we've got Ms. Smith and Ms. Smith. All right. So we're here on a warrant return on an SOC. Ms. Eddy, as to that warrant return, what's the city's point of view?
Your Honor, I don't oppose quashing the warrant. I am requesting that bail be set in the amount of $250, given Ms. Smith's failure to appear history.
And then you're continuing with the motion to revoke based on a new law violation that's pending and lack of proof of mental health treatment?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're
Okay,
prepared.
so Ms. Langley?
We're prepared to address that, Your Honor.
Okay, today rather than another day, or okay. So, all right, Ms. Eddy, I guess as a SOC, I'm wondering where we're headed. So somebody.
Yes, Your Honor. I emailed the clerk the police reports earlier this afternoon, so hopefully they'll be in the court's file.
And we will stipulate the fact, although she made some efforts, she has not even managed to begin the assessment. She went to BHR and they don't do them, and she tried to get in touch with another person, but she has not been able at this point to even begin the mental health assessment, and she stipulates to that.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Smith, what that means is the chance for dismissal would be taken away. And then we move on to sentencing. I'm going to read the police report from that event and see, are there enough evidence or not, finding guilty of the simple assault. And then we'll see if so, then we'll move on to sentencing and I'll hear from everybody, including you. So I've got that City of Lacey police report from the event of March of 28. And Vieja, Officer Vieja under penalty at the Walmart. Mr. McClendon was at the Walmart and looks like he threw a burrito at him and it hit him in the head and he turned around and confronted you about it. It was captured on video and it did not like that. So you were identified as the person who did it. So there you go. I find you guilty of that. Then the question is, what do we do on sentencing? So Ms. Eddy?
Yes, Your Honor, the city is asking that the court enter the conviction on the guilty. We're asking that the jail time be suspended for term of probation for the court, 1 to 2 years, and that the defendant still have the requirement to do the mental health and treatment component, and that she not commit any new law violations.
Ms. Langley?
Your Honor, I just can only say to the court that certainly I have no opposition to the balance of suspended time being imposed, but I'm not sure she's ever going to exceed with the mental health evaluation. Like I said, her one resource was BHR. They absolutely don't do court-related things. And then she was told someone else, she tried to go there and she couldn't make that connection. So I just don't have a lot of confidence in that. And given the nature of this, I'd ask the court not to impose it.
And your client's been in custody just
She's
since yesterday?
Just, yeah, as I understand, yes.
Any other time in? I'm just looking through to see if there's been any other time. Yep. 18, I think your client was in.
She may have been in custody at the beginning.
Yeah. Some period of time from the 18th of March, 20th to through, I'm not sure when she was released. And at least 3 days there total, but I don't know if it was longer. So, Ms. Smith, you said you used to go to BHR or at least had some relationship with them. And so tell me, how do you support yourself? What are your resources?
I intend to start school in the summer. I live with my boyfriend and he's a veteran. He's 100% disabled, so he gets a monthly pension. We've been together for 7 years.
So he supports you then?
Pardon me?
He supports you financially?
Yes. He supports me.
All right. Tell me about going to HR and what happened there.
What's that?
Tell me about going to BHR, trying to get the mental health eval and what happened there.
Well, I chose to do that myself. I went to treatment on Yakima, and then when we came back, I chose to go through another 6-week treatment. This was years ago. I wasn't a heavy user or anything, but I was homeless briefly. So I thought that would help my situation to stabilize me. And
So recently, before, yeah.
Well, I walked in there. Well, I got into 1 or 2 places, and so I guess I was just confused. There's a place up by the courthouse, and then there's a place.
So the hub, you went into the hub?
They didn't do court ordered stuff.
Yeah.
Person that was that I talked to, and that they just did intake or assessment or something like that.
Yep.
And then there was a person that I was referred to, and she was on Capitol Boulevard, and so we got a hotel room there, and I got in and got a card from them, and then by the time you call and come back, when I went to their office, they were closed. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're just not open anymore or what. And I've been recovering from an accident that I had earlier this year. I was run over by a truck, and I have some internal damage, and it makes it really hard for me to do even the slightest things like bending and walking for long distances. My stomach starts getting hard and distended, and
So have you ever had a diagnosis that would need mental health treatment? Have you ever had a diagnosis that would need mental health treatment? Did anybody tell you you had a diagnosis for anything?
This is depression. I had a diagnosis for depression before. I'm just from being away with my kids and stuff.
Okay. So, Ms. Smith, what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to order you onto probation here. I don't think it's realistic to go at this again another couple of years trying to make this work. So I've accepted that I found you guilty of simple assault. It goes on your record. You got 3 days credit against that. For the next year, you got to stay out of trouble. So don't violate the law. That includes after today. Don't violate the law. So you've got some other cases coming up, and I'm going to turn to my clerk here. We got some Olympia warrants. Can we get those set for tomorrow? Sure. Okay. We're going to clear up some of these Olympia warrants that I see here and set a hearing date tomorrow afternoon and make sure we get those cleared. And then you've got a court date coming up on the county matters. But after today, just don't violate the law, and we shouldn't have to impose any more jail on this matter. All right?
So am I being released then?
Well, you're being released on this matter, but we're going to see you in custody tomorrow on the warrants from Olympia. So you're not going anywhere on those yet, but tomorrow maybe so. We have to look at those and get the Olympia prosecutor here and get you an attorney on those. They're older 2022 cases.
For what?
That's a good question. They're malicious mischief, an allegation of malicious mischief and pedestrian interference and obstructing justice going back to March and July of 2022. So warrants were issued, and so now we'll get those figured out tomorrow when we have the right parties here. So
Or if I could just clarify the sentence. I heard the court say you weren't gonna, she has to not commit any new violations of law, but that I thought I heard you say she was not on probation.
Well, that's the same. I'm not going to have her do an affirmative mental health treatment on this case. I don't think it's useful given the lack of track record and lack of what I've heard today. So just stay out of trouble. And then tomorrow we'll be back at 1:30 on the in-custody calendar to deal with those Olympia matters. And then that's it, I hope.
So is the court suspending her jail sentence and putting her on?
Right. 3 days credit and then 361 days suspended for the next year to stay out of trouble.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ms. Langley, anything more?
Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, thanks. And so Ms. Smith, we'll see you tomorrow at 1:30, and then we should be able to deal with those Olympia matters, and you'll have an attorney as well. So that's it for today. Hi, in the Olympia booth, your name?
What?
What's your name? What's your name?
My legal name is Lillian Thompson.
Okay. It's Thompson. So Lillian Joy Thompson?
That's my legal name, yep.
Okay. What's your date of birth?
February 21st, 2003.
Okay. All right. So we're here about another charge, a criminal trespass from yesterday. And I'm going to turn to Ms. Dutch.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is 2026397. We will waive further arraignment, stipulate to probable cause for purposes of today's hearing, enter a plea of not guilty, and request a court-appointed attorney. Ms. Thompson still qualifies for public assistance and has Attorney Hofstad assigned on her pending pretrial cases, which are set for June 9th.
Set for June 9th? What's the date?
Yep, you got some other court dates set on June 9th.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the date. It says it's
Well, here, let me talk to you about all that in order. We'll get back to that. So, Ms. Thompson, on this allegation from the City of Olympia on criminal trespass from yesterday, I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty, keeps all your rights in play. And then I'm going to appoint an attorney. I think Mr. Hofstad, he's already representing you on other cases. He'll represent you on this. And then as before, I'm going to hear from the prosecutor and from Ms. Dutch about release conditions. And Ms. Bankston, on behalf of the city.
Thank you, Your Honor. You know, at this point, we've been seeing Miss Thompson every few days for new law violation allegations. She was just here either earlier this week or yeah, I think it was on Monday, actually. She was here for another criminal trespass. Before that, she has that other pending case with the assault and obstruction disorderly. You know, at that time on Monday, we talked to her about that, and I found out I think she's from Idaho and doesn't have any resources here. But you know, we also talked about what does that mean, and I think that the court also gave her some information about resources. So to have her come back so quickly is obviously disappointing. At this time, I do have concerns that she will just continue to violate the law. Every few days, we're seeing her and she gets PR'd. And now we have 3 active cases from a week's span of time. So at this point, I am asking for bail. I think it's appropriate. On the newest one, I'm asking for $500. And then I'm also asking to revoke release on the 2 pending matters. On 384, I would ask for another $500, and on 370 for $1,000, for a total of $2,000. She's already been trespassed from the location she was arrested last night at, but for the court to reiterate that she's not allowed to go to the Olympia Mall.
What?
Ms. Dutch?
Your Honor, Ms. Thompson is unfamiliar with this area, and this could be a situation where she was confusing the Capitol Mall with the Tacoma Mall. There was no intentional law violation on her part. I do note she has no FTA history. It's a nonviolent charge. She has no convictions at this time. So given the presumption of release, we would ask for a PR release and keep that June 9th hearing.
Well, we're going to keep the June 9th hearing. Ms. Thompson, yeah, I'm going to have you post some bond. I'm just going to place it on this one. 500 cash or bond needs to be posted because we've released you, rearrest, released you, rearrest, and at the same spot. So
can I talk?
So you have to post 500 cash or bond on this one. I'm going to release you on the other two.
So
But
I
in order
have
to be
to
fully
post
released,
500 cash or
Right.
bond, but can I talk? Can I legally talk? Yes.
well,
Not
I
about the
would
case
want Ms.
itself.
Dutch to give you some advice.
Okay.
I don't want you to talk about the case itself. We're being recorded, and I don't want anything you say to potentially be used against you. But if you have a question about release, we can address that.
I have a question about release.
Okay.
Will I be released today?
If you post 500 cash or bond, you will.
If with the impost?
You have to post 500 cash or bond to be
I
released.
don't have 500 cash or bond because guess what? I'm gonna talk. Excuse me, but I'm gonna talk.
Don't talk about the case itself.
I don't need to take your advice. I am a free human. Okay?
So
I'm going
we're
to
finished with our hearing, and we're going to
Okay,
be
I
back
don't
on
have
June 9th.
$500
Mr.
to
Hofstad
give
and you will
Can you
talk in the
at least give
meantime.
it to me and I take it?
If you post, don't go back to the Capitol Mall or their property, as we told you
I
before.
thought
Don't violate
the
the law.
Olympia Mall is where I went, which is different from the Tacoma Mall.
Right. You were at the Capitol Mall in Olympia, and that was where you weren't supposed to be, is what the allegation.
I thought that Olympia and Tacoma
Thompson,
were
Ms.
two different
Thompson,
malls.
please don't talk
I
about
just
the
got
case.
there with a guy.
Don't
We're
talk
done
about
with
the
the
bus.
Olympia
But
booth,
do I have
and
to
we will
give
take
the
Ms. Thompson back. Thank
$500
you.
or
And
can I
protect
leave?
saying too much.
Yeah, I won. Yeah.
Your Honor, can we move this up sooner than June 9th, given that she won't be able to post bail?
Leave it to Mr. Hofstad to make that
Yes.
decision, and he can always ask us within 24 hours. Just let us know if he needs an earlier hearing. So I'm going to leave that to Mr. Hofstad to let us know if there's something to do. I'm sure he will. Don't know if we have that. Okay. All right. So in the Olympia booth, your name?
Oh, hello.
Yep.
My name is Renee. Renee Gomez is my legal name.
I missed that. Ms. Gomez. Okay. It's Renee Rochelle Gomez.
Yes.
Okay.
Also-
And
also
so
known as
Ms.
Renee
Alt,
Grace. I'm sorry, what?
or no, Ms. Dutch, you've had a chance to talk. Okay. And now I'm being ordered or handed an order to consider under RCW 1077, Ms. Dutch.
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with Ms. Gomez, I have concerns and I'm requesting a 1077 at this time. I do need to address count 2 and whether there is probable cause, given that that particular charge occurred in the city of Tumwater and not the city of Lacey.
I don't know what's happening, but none of that makes sense to me. I didn't talk to anybody. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Ms. Dutch. Do you see the attorney with a scarf around her neck?
Yes, but what she was saying doesn't make sense to me. There's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing I have has anything to do with Lacey, and I'm not sure what conversation she's talking about.
City of Olympia. Maybe I misspoke. It's misspoke. It's the city of Olympia. Let me look at that. Ms. Dutch, what you're referring to.
Okay, my name is Renee Gomez, and I'm also known as Renee Christ, Jesus Christ Reborn. And the reason I'm saying this is because on February 18th, I'm here to remind the Thurston County Superior Court that on February 18th at 9 a.m., I attended a hearing whereby I declared a state of emergency. A state of emergency due to a complete state of United States government corruption. I called for a legal citizen's arrest of all of the United States court system, the United States government. And I called for the temporary closure of all U.S. courts, beginning from the Supreme Court all the way down to the lower courts. And so this court hearing is actually illegal because there is a legal citizen's arrest that was not taken seriously by the Thurston County Superior Court, but the Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Justice is drawing up papers because they realize
Ms.
that
Gomez, Let the judge have a moment to read the paperwork.
The judge can speak for herself. And so what I'm saying is that this court hearing is illegal. And so I'm only participating so far as to let you know that you are actually operating illegally. The Department of Justice knows what's going on. So does the U.S. Supreme Court. So does the U.S. Congress, the U.S. military, the FBI, and the CIA. They all know about me, Renee Christ, Jesus Christ Reborn. There has been a massive a persecution against me, and so when I have been trying to report crimes of the government through various hearings that I've been to in the last, I don't know, several months, in regarding to the illegal abduction and illegal restraining order placed upon me because there was an abduction of my children and trafficking of my children involving the Olympia School District, involving the Olympia Police Department, and so here we are at this hearing having to do with the Olympia Police Department, who are my mass rapists. And I don't want to go into the court case whatsoever. What I'm trying to say is that the Department of Justice is drawing up papers because I have called a citizen's arrest on the entire U.S. government. I have called on February 19th.
So, Ms. Gomez, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. I just need to hear from Ms. Pinkston from the City of Olympia.
This hearing is illegal, and you know this. Nathan Cordercott should have called this court closed as of February 19th. And all U.S. attorneys are corrupt because of their
I see count number 2 resisting may have occurred in the city of Tumwater when I looked at your police report filed.
Illegal
Something else to know?
Criminal network in the United States government. And so what I'm saying is that all attorneys are practicing illegally right now, including you, a district court judge, district court county commissioner.
So
you are practicing illegally.
I find probable cause for count 1, but not 2. If there's something more to know, I'd be happy to hear.
This is an illegal court case right now happening.
So I'm gonna, unfortunately, it's pretty clear Ms. Gomez is having a tough time, and
you need to hear what I'm saying.
There's
This
a
is
good
an illegal
reason
court
for the
case. I made illegal
RCW
citizens
1077
arrest via
evaluation,
legal court
and
system.
we're done with Ms. Gomez. We're gonna have another
You're
hearing
ignoring the
in
crime.
custody.
You are literally
May
ignoring the
28th
crimes.
at 1:30 for a competency review, and I'm appointing Olympia Public Defense, having found probable cause for count 1, but not count 2.
There was a legal citizen's arrest made on February 19, 2026 at 9 a.m. In the Thurston County Superior Court. This is a legal
Ms.
citizen's
Gomez,
arrest.
we're
You
done
need
for
to
today. We're
reference
gonna
this,
see you in a few
and you
days.
need to understand that
If
you're
you've
operating
got an
illegally.
attorney, he'll come
The
talk to
Department
you.
of Justice knows about this, and they're going to tell you about it. You need to contact them. This is wrong, what you're doing. You're ignoring legal issues here. You should not be having a hearing right now. And
So
you know
we're
that.
done with the Olympia booth, and we'll see you in a few days.
Did you hear what I said?
I did.
I want you to understand what I'm saying. I made a
I
legal
do
citizen's
understand
arrest
as
via
best
a
I
court of
can.
law.
We're done in Olympia.
We're done in Olympia, ladies and gentlemen. And we're done in the court gallery. Oh my word. I kind of called myself saving the best for last. You know? I'll tell you a story real quick. Is that the right one? That doesn't look right. That looks horrible. That's the right one. There we go. Tell you a story real quick. I had the whole show put together around 5 o'clock this afternoon, and I was sitting here watching the Thurston. I saw all that happen. I was like, you've got to be kidding me right now. My friends have got to see what just happened in Olympia, Washington. So I made a quick snap decision, and I re-edited the whole show at the very last second, right at 7 o'clock tonight, and included that little tidbit for all my friends out there, because, you know, I knew you would want to see that if you hadn't already seen it. I'm not sure I wasn't there for Colin all the way through, so I wasn't sure if he should. I don't think he even saw it. I think he was live before it even happened. And I'm not sure if Mike has even heard about it yet. So hey, you got you a couple of weirdos there at the very end, possibly sovereign aligned, maybe adjacent, something like that. I don't know. You know, I don't like calling anybody sovereign citizens, generally speaking. But before we get too far removed, I do want to say thank you to a whole bunch of people. Oh my God, I have a lot of people to say thank you to. Dobby, Mama Pitt, Marty, Deval, Julie, Sassy, Kiernoff, all you crazy people out there who's been giving super chats and jewels and I don't know what else. You have all gone above and beyond. And I do want to let you know that Wolfie is streaming right now. He is going, so if you want to hop on over there, get on over to Wolfie and hang out. I'm not sure if I actually set the redirect up. If I didn't, I'm going to do it now. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a lot more tomorrow. You know, it's Friday. So it's the end of the week. I can promise you that we have a metric ton of stuff that we haven't viewed. It's either going to be viewed in the 2-hour slot on Saturday morning or being dropped all week next week. Hey, Dobby, thank you so much for that. Oh my God, holy moly, thank you. You know, this channel operates entirely on the generous contributions of viewers like you. Can't even point at the camera roll, can I? Guy, seriously, you rock. I don't know what else to say. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for being there, being here every single night of the week, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you do all the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, and all that type of stuff. And hey, you know, like they always say, oh my goodness, Steven, thank you so very much. I am your Lone Wolf Usul, and I will see you next time. I am out. This channel operates on the generous contributions of viewers like you. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a really good movie. Go watch it. I've got nothing else here for the now. Actually, don't go watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Go watch Wolfbot. He's not going to be lonely, but you know, he needs friends. Later, guys.